This is a forgotten Grimm fairy tale the world chose to forget, one that lingers in shadow rather than comfort. It is a story of quiet courage, cruel enchantment, and a love preserved in glass. Its beauty is cold, its justice severe, and its mercy hard-won. A young tailor's apprentice once set out to find work beyond his village. He traveled alone, carrying little more than his tools and his hope of earning his bread by honest labor. One evening, as the forest closed around him, he lost his way and feared he would not survive the night. At last, he came upon a small hut hidden among the trees. An old man lived there, gray as ash and thin as a branch in winter. He offered the apprentice shelter and food, asking nothing in return but obedience and silence. The apprentice stayed with him for a time, mending clothes and living simply. Though the old man was kind, there was something watchful about him, as if he feared the world beyond his door. He warned the apprentice never to wander too far into the forest. One day, however, the apprentice followed a magnificent stag that crossed his path. The animal was not afraid and seemed to beckon him deeper into the woods. Before long, the apprentice stood before a rocky mountain split open like a wound. Inside, he found a chamber carved from stone. At its center rested a glass coffin, clear as ice and flawless as crystal. Within it lay a young woman, pale and motionless, as though dead yet untouched by decay. As he gazed at her, a faint voice spoke from the coffin. It begged him not to leave her trapped in silence. She told him she lived, though enchanted, and could not free herself. The apprentice searched the chamber and found the coffin locked with a golden clasp. The voice told him the key lay in a spring deep within the mountain, guarded by magic. Though afraid, he agreed to try. He descended further into darkness until he reached the spring. A golden fish swam in its depths, shining like a coin beneath black water. Remembering the voice's words, he caught the fish, which released a small key before slipping away. With trembling hands, he returned and unlocked the coffin. At once, the glass opened, and the woman sat upright, breathing as if waking from a long sleep. Her eyes met his, filled with grief and relief in equal measure. She told him her story in broken phrases. A powerful magician had desired her, but she refused him. In revenge, he enchanted her into living death and transformed her brother into the stag that roamed the forest. Before she could say more, the magician himself appeared, furious and distorted by rage. He tried to seize the woman and curse the apprentice. But the young man, though no warrior, struck him down with all his strength. At that moment, the enchantment shattered. The mountain shook, the glass coffin vanished, and the stag outside cried out. Where it stood, a man now lay, freed from his animal form. The magician was stripped of his power and fled, broken and defeated, never to trouble them again. The brother embraced his sister, weeping, and thanked the apprentice who had dared what others would not. They left the mountain together, and the forest no longer seemed hostile. The old man in the hut was never seen again, as if his purpose had been fulfilled. No trace of the dark magic remained. In time, the apprentice and the freed maiden were married. He was no longer a wanderer, but a man who had faced death and spoken with the enchanted. Though happiness found them, the memory of glass and silence never fully faded. And so the tale ends, quietly, without celebration. What was broken was mended, what was stolen restored. Yet the chill of the coffin remains, waiting in the dark for those who remember it.